Hello, hello. All right, are you ready to learn about another bird? I have a friend here today. So, what bird are we going to learn about today? The owl. This guy's from Winnie the Pooh. But I thought I would bring him out because today we're going to talk about owls. And I have a book I want to read to you. I found a few books about owls. After I couldn't find any books about bald eagles, I found lots of books about owls. So I'm only going to read one to you and then show you some pictures from a magazine I found, and we'll talk about owls a little bit. So here's this book, All About Owls by Jim Arnosky. Written and illustrated. So he wrote the book and did the pictures for the book, which is pretty cool. All right, All About Owls. All About Owls. I have to peek to make sure you can see what I'm trying to show you. Here we go. Have you ever wondered about owls? I'm going to scoot over here so I can read and show you the picture at the same time. How many kinds of owls are there? Where do they live? Why are owls' eyes so big? What do owls eat? This book answers all these questions and more. It's all about owls. Oh, and they say every picture is gonna tell you what kind of owl it is, so I'll try to remember to tell you. So that's a great horned owl. Owls are birds of prey, which means they hunt, kill, and eat small animals. So it's different than like we pray to God. It has an E instead of an A. Eagles and hawks are also birds of prey, but they are daytime birds. Owls are creatures of the night. After sleeping all day, they awaken at dusk and hunt until dawn. Whoa, look at all of them. There are 134 species of owls in the world. So 134 different kinds of owls. Sorry, I had my thumb in that guy's face. These 12 show just how different species of owls are in size and color. Owls live in all kinds of places, from the desert to the Arctic tundra. These are North American owls. Remember, we live in North America. Each owl's name, average length, and habitat is listed near its picture. So some of them live in deserts or grasslands or marshes. Some are in forests. The barn owl is in farms, fields, parks, and old buildings. But then some are in, more forests. Yep, a lot of forests. So there's a bunch of different kinds, 12 kinds there. But 134 different kinds of owls altogether. Wow. All owls, big or small, have large rounded heads with flat facial discs, sharply hooked beaks, and big eyes that face forward. Here is what a saw-whet owl, I think I'm saying that right, looks like close up. And this says it's the actual size, like that would be the actual size of it. Shown actual size. That's not very big, is it? Although owls appear to be plump and heavy, they weigh very little. Most of what you see are loose, fluffy feathers. Underneath its feathers, this saw-whet owl's body is about the same size as a robin's body. Oh my goodness. So it says, an owl's facial discs aid its night vision by reflecting all available light into the owl's eyes. Oh, cool. All the feathers on an owl, even the stiffer wing feathers, have soft edges so that the owl can fly silently. Owls have 2 toes forward and 2 toes backwards. Their one rear toe on each foot can pivot forward. So they show you here, you can see here that 2 in the back and 2 in the front, but then they show you here that one can go up to the front if it needs to. Cool. The so-called eared owls or horned owls are named for their tufts of feathers on their heads that look like ears or horns. Owls' eyes are large with dark pupils. In the darkness, the pupils can widen to almost the entire size of the eye to gather all the available light. So this is the great horned owl. An owl's actual ears are hidden inside a fold of skin on each side of the owl's head. In an owl's skull, the eye sockets hold the eyeballs firmly facing forward, giving owls a wider range of binocular vision than any other birds. Binocular vision enables the owl to judge the distance of its prey. Sorry, I was holding that kind of funny. Owls' eyes are fixed in their sockets and cannot move very much. To look from side to side, an owl must turn its head. And I'm pretty sure we've talked about that before, how our eyes we can look multiple ways, right? And turn our heads and look. They can't turn their eyes very much, but they can turn their head a lot. It says, an owl can swivel its head around to look backwards, which is pretty cool. Like all birds, owls have a top and bottom eyelid, but they also have a third eyelid. The third eyelid is transparent, which means you can see through it, and is only for cleaning and moistening the eyeball. So there's the picture of its third eyelid. Isn't that cool? It's kind of weird, but cool. Okay. Not only do owls have excellent night vision, they also have a keen or strong sense of hearing. On the darkest nights, owls can locate and chase prey by sound alone. Certain species of owls, such as snowy owls and short-eared owls, hunt both day and night. But most owls are nighttime hunters. Animals that are most active at night are called nocturnal. Can you say nocturnal? There are 2 other nocturnal animals in this page. Can you find them? So this is the great horned owl. Can you see? I know it's hard to tell. Oh, I see one of them. Do you see a nocturnal animal there? Do you see the raccoon? There's a raccoon in the corner. And is there another one? Oh, do you see it in the top above the words there? There's the bat, another nocturnal. Because owls are nocturnal, people rarely see them. The easiest way to tell which owls are living around you is to listen to their calls. So they have like different calls out here and on here, but we're going to listen to some in a little bit, so I'm not going to try to read these correctly to you. There are many different owl calls there are as many different owl calls as there are species of owls. But the 3 most commonly heard and the easiest to identify are the calls of the great horned owl, the barred owl, and the screech owl. Owls call most frequently in the late winter or early spring, which is their mating season. Throughout the rest of the year, pairs of owls call back and forth just to keep tabs on one another's movements. All owl eggs are white and almost round. The size of an owl egg depends on the size of the owl. Depending on the species, owls lay from 2 to 7 eggs. Actual size, this is the actual size of the barred owl's egg with a peek at the hatchling inside. Snowy owls and short-eared owls nest on the ground. Burrowing owls nest under the ground. All other species of owls nest high up in the natural cavities of trees, abandoned woodpecker holes, or deserted crow or squirrel's nests. Oh, interesting. Newborn owls are covered with soft, downy feathers and cannot fly. At first, they eat only food that is regurgitated or spit up, by their parents. Very soon, the owlet will feed torn bits of prey, or fed torn bits of prey, At 6 weeks of age, owls are big enough to fly and leave the nest and learn to hunt for themselves. Aren't they cute? Wait, I'm going to show that again. Aren't those guys cute? They're so fluffy. When hunting, owls watch for any movement in the night. They listen for the rustling sounds of mice on the ground or the wafting sound of moth wings in the air. Owls eat more rodents than anything else they eat. So a rodent would be a mouse or a rat. The smaller species of owls will eat insects, especially moths. Larger owls also eat weasels, rabbits, snakes, and other birds, including smaller owls. An owl uses its beak to pick apart large prey. Small animals are swallowed whole. What? They don't even chew it. Indigestible bones and fur are coughed up in the form of a compact wad called a pellet. So here's a picture of one. So they don't, you know how when you eat food, well, you don't eat bones, right? If you're eating chicken, like you eat the meat off and then you throw the bones away. They eat the whole thing. We don't eat the bones because our body doesn't break up the bones. It would just be stuck in us for a long, long time. So they just eat the thing whole. And I learned this. I remember learning this when I was in 6th grade because we went on a hike in the woods and we looked for owl pellets. So what they do is like they kind of cough up what their stomach doesn't digest. And so it comes out in like a fur ball. Like, so this is an example of an owl pellet. So it has the bones from whatever it ate and the fur, and it's all kind of clumped together and they cough it up. I know that's kind of gross, but it's kind of cool at the same time. All right. All right. An owl is a crow's worst enemy. Night hunting owls pounce on sleeping crows. Owls raid the nests of crows and other birds. If an owl is discovered by a crow during daylight hours, the entire flock of crows will mob the owl, repeatedly diving at its head to drive it away. So during the day, owls always try to stay out of sight. Oh, that's interesting. So they're kind of like mortal enemies. In North America, it is against the law for any person to harass or harm owls. Owls are just as beneficial in cities as they are in the countryside because they feed mainly on rodents. This helps keep the rodent population in control. And of course, wherever they live, owls add a sense of mystery to the sounds and silence of the night. So it's important for us to have owls because they help eat the rodents, the mice and rats. And if we didn't have owls to eat the mice and rats and other little rodent creatures, we'd have way more than we have now. And I don't know about you, but I don't want more rats and mice around, okay? All right, so I have this magazine, a Ranger Rick magazine that's kind of old. It's very old. But I wanted to show you some pictures from it. So here are some little baby owls. Look at how fluffy. That's their downy feathers, which makes them look really fluffy. And they look so soft. Don't they look so soft? Oh my goodness. And here is a mama and a baby. I guess it could be the daddy, but an adult and a baby. There we go. And then, let's see. Oh, here. Oh, they're so cute. Oh my goodness. Look at him. He's yawning. Or else he's asking for food. I'm not sure which, but his mouth is open. And then over here, is he stretching his wings? I'm looking at a different angle. It looks like he's kind of stretching out his wings there. And then there they are at the top too. All right, let's see. Oh, here's the last two pictures I wanted to show you. And you can see this must be still a younger one because it still has some of the downy feathers. I think owls are really cool, especially because they are so many different kinds and they look similar, but they definitely have different ways that they look different. That made sense. But I liked this picture in this book because you know they're all owls, but look at that one. His horns are so much taller. This one, his nose goes down, looks like it goes down so much lower. This one has like major discs on his face. So it's kind of cool how different they are, even though they're all owls. All right, the last thing, here, I'm gonna get my owl here. I wanted to do is I'm gonna play for you some different owl sounds, all right? So hopefully I'll move my iPad up closer to my camera so you can hear it really good. All right. Let's see if it's gonna. That's a barn owl. I guess I could show you the picture too. There's the barn owl. Eastern screech owl. Ooh, he kind of camouflages. Do you see him? Western screech owl. Oh, he's cute. Sorry. There you go. Barred owl. He's pretty. You can see my phone. Isn't that cool? So, you know, we always say an owl says hoo hoo, which some of them do sound like that, but some of them don't make like a hoo hoo sound. So I think it's kind of cool. So I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about owls. I'm not sure if I'm going to have some links, extra links on the description of this video or not. So maybe I will, maybe I won't, but we got to do some different things about owls today. So have a great day.